Good morning, dear students. Today we will read the poem Geography Lesson. Can you imagine what your city would like if you saw it from 10,000 feet above the ground, neatly planned and perfect in proportion like a geometric design? It would strike you as something very different from what it actually is while you are in the thick of it. Here is a poet's description of just such a view of the city and some questions that came to his mind. The name of the poem is Geography Lesson. We can understand that when it is the poet is talking about geography, so it must be talking about the geographical indications or geographical things in the world. So poet has seen the country from a distance and what kind of feeling, what kind of thoughts aroused in his minds he had discussed with us. He wrote his thoughts in this poem. Here we will see the poem. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on the ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography and that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. When the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land, but it was difficult to understand that the man on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill. From the height, it was not clear why by Zulfikar Ghosh. It's a beautiful poem composed by Zulfikar Ghosh. Now we will see the first stanza of the poem. When the jet sprang into the sky means when the jet plane is moving into the sky. Sprang means to go, to fly. It was clear why the city had developed the way it had. When the poet is saying, when the poet saw the city from a height when he was in a jet plane, he saw that it was very clear that why the cities are developed in such a way. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile. Poet is telling us कि 1 mile say when the poet is at the height of 1 mile in the sky, he saw the buildings and the city is looking like very small in 6 inches. You must know that whenever you see anything from a great height, the things looked at us very small. So the poet also saw the city is looking very small when he saw it from the 1 mile. There seemed an inevitability what on ground had looked haphazard. The poet said that when I saw the city from a mile away, from a height, I saw that it is inevitable. Means someone can't avoid that city is planned in a zigzag manner. Mean it is unplanned, means where people got the places, they purchase the plots and they build the buildings in that way. It looked very unplanned city and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. And what kind of city is looking unplanned and without any style? There is no style and there is no plan when the jet sprang into the sky. When the jets reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The poet is telling us when my jet plane reached at the height of 10,000 feet, at that time I got it very clearly that the cities are established near the river, on the edges of river. You people read history, geography in your social science, so you must have read that why all the famous valleys, all the people, all the civilization were started near the sea, because people want water near the river, like the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa जो civilization है and Nile civilization है, all civilizations were flourished near the river, because we all need water for our daily use, to drink, to wash clothes, to cook our food, for animals, for farming, for cultivation. So in this way the poet is saying that I came to know, it is very clear that all the valleys are situated near the sea, sorry, in the near the river, because people need water for their daily use. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. The poet is saying it is very clear, because in geography we know, it is the logic of geography that people will stay there only where they get all the needs. है ना? You people want to take a house on rent, or you want to build your house where everything is near to you, है ना? You take a look that okay, market कहाँ पे है, where is the grocery store, where is the railway station, where is the bus station from my house. So we all take care of these things when we are going to purchase a house, or we are going to take a house on rent. So, and the poet is saying that it is very clear, it is very clear that the always the cities were built, always the buildings were built where the water is easily available. Like nowadays we get water supply, and we get summer in every home, but when the civilization was started, it was not like that. At that time people were having very few facilities of getting water from the river, so they used to make their houses near the rivers only. When the jet rose, now at this time the poet was talking about when he was 10,000 feet from the ground. The plane was flying at 10,000 feet, but in last stanza when the jet rose 6 miles high. Now in the last stanza the poet is flying on at 6 miles high from the ground. It was clear the earth was round, and what he saw from the height, that the earth is round, which we know from our very beginning, from very childhood, we know that our earth is round, and that it had more sea than land, and the earth is having more sea. I think 70% of earth is covered by the sea, and 30% earth is covered by the land. But it was difficult to understand that the man on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill. Then now poet is saying कि everything is clear to me, that cities are developed near the water, and the cities are very unplanned, unorganized, because people build their house according to their own choice. Someone build their house to one store, one second store, third floor. So in this way it is very clear. But the one thing is not clear to me is that why the people on the earth are fighting with each other. But it was difficult to understand that the man on the earth found, the man on the earth found, the man who is found on the earth causes to hate each other. Why people are hating each other? Why people are fighting with each other? Why people are killing each other? To build walls across cities and to kill. We know this very well, because we are struggling with Pakistan and China for our boundaries. Every year so many soldiers died just to save our boundaries, and the poet is saying that why people need this to make a wall across the boundaries. Why? Because the people have a greed. Nowadays the people have a greed to grab everything. Now people have a they become very greedy. They want that everything should be covered by them only. As we know that China has also already covered some area of our country, and now a few months back he tried to cover some more area in the Arunachal Pradesh, but our soldiers fought there bravely and they saved the land. So in this way the poet is saying that why it had happening, why it is happening, that why the people are dying every year to save their land from the other people. We are struggling with Pakistan. Every year, the country does something wrong, something very useless things, which is very bad for the mankind. Means some terrorist, he sent some terrorists to the country, or he sent some other kind of activities the country is doing. So in this way, the poet is saying, what is the need to do this all? Why can't we live peacefully in the area we got a country, we should live peacefully in that area only. Why we always need to grab the land of the other country? So the poet is saying that why it is happening, it is not clear. Everything is clear to me, but it is not clear to me that why it is happening, why people are not satisfied with the land they got, why people are not satisfied with the resources they got. So this was the very we can say very wonderful poem composed by Zulfikar Ghosh. And the poem let us to think, the poem compel us to think that why people are fighting. We should live peacefully, whatever we got, we should try to use resources which we get from the mother nature, and which we get from in our country only. We should use our mind, we should make the human resources, and we should invent some new things, so the life can become more easy, as in the previous so many years it had happened, people had discovered. So this was the beautiful poem composed by Zulfikar Ghosh. Do watch the video and do write your name, class and section in the comment box, just that I can know how many of you and who are the students who have seen the video. Don't think so that I am doing a business on the YouTube. I am not earning money from YouTube. I am just uploading the videos for you, so you people can watch it, because if I will not upload in the YouTube, so it will be deleted from my phone, because I can't carry so much storage in this phone. That is why I am saying this. Do write your name, your class and section in the comment below, so I will be able to know that how many of students of you have seen it. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a nice day.